CRF Honda 250L, bike range on the tank, approximately 100 miles. Small tank, I think it's 5 litres. So, because we're going to do a bit of fishing and a bit of hunting, we've done a video already just looking around and scrolling. So, on a 50-mile return trip, 50-mile one-way trip, you're looking at one tank emptied. So, we've done a bit of a purchase. And this is what we bought. This is a 5 litre extension tank. Should come with all the bits and everything. There we go. So it comes with all that fittings. All ready to go. I've not looked at these, no instructions, so I presume you just bolt this to the tank and then, oh that's weird, this must come out then. Ah, there we go. So this comes out and bolts to your frame, we'll have a look at it in a sec, and then the tank fits onto the bank, via this. Okay, let's have a look. So what I can make out. So leave the tank where it is. This will go onto the framework. And I've got to look which way around because we want this upright, like so. Well, the first thing I've come across is a bit of a design fault, really, because I presume they go through that way. I can't see them going any other way. Okay, even if you put them that way or that way, in focus. Yeah, watch. So that goes around your framework, unless you've got a pretty substantial, so mine's just a standard rack. So you're going to have to cut them short. So you're going to have to measure them on your rack, and then you're going to have to cut these off so that they fit. A bit of a stupid bloody design, isn't it? So the idea, let me take it across the rack, okay? Excusing what? When we get through, that's it. Right, sorry, but there we go. So here's the rack, standard rack. I haven't seen racks like sort of that diameter. You know what I mean? That's. He's talking. Let's do it. Let's do it to my thumb. All right. I think that's going to be some substantial rack. So we're going to have to measure them. Oh. All right, put these down here. So it's going to go on the other side, but it doesn't make the difference. So we're going to have to sort of fit it that way. If we go that way, see, I want the tank to fit upright like this. So I want this to go like that. And that way the tank is up in that upright, because I don't want any spillage, do we? Alright. So let me put this somewhere safe. On the floor is good. So I want this to go in here, like that. Right, let's have a look. I got a funny feeling when this goes in here, it's going to go that far. But you're going to have no thread left. Do you know what I mean? See what I mean? Can you see that? Just have a look. So it's still not tight, and yet I think we're going to be nearly at the end of the thread. Right, there we go. So you're going to have to pack that with washers or something, or you're going to have to put something behind this. So we're going to have to put something behind it, aren't we? We're going to have to put either a sleeve, a metal sleeve or something behind here to bring it, and you're still going to have to cut these off, because it's not going to fit on the tank. The tank won't go in with these. It'll go in so far. I think you've got about, let's have a quick look. Okay, so we know it's not going to fit. We know the brackets are massive. So just get the bracket to show you. Right. So that's the bracket. There's no way it's just gonna. You can see the distance. Okay. So the idea is get this piece of galvanized bar, which is virtually the right size for it, as you can see. Going to cut it off here. Then we're going to put a groove in each end to wrap round the bar here. And then, so on this end as well, we're going to put it in sideways, push it down, tilt it, and then spot weld it. And that's just what we'll show you as we go along. We don't have to film it all because everybody gets so bored.
It is rather dull, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like watching paint dry. So stop it now if you want, and I'll come back because the magic of video will just.
Ta-da!
You filming this?
I'm filming it, yeah.
No, they're going to be bored.
This is the only thing you ever do. You get me to do all the work and edit it in
That's
afterwards.
not true. That's rubbish.
Ta-da!
Right, so now we're going to have to.
I've done it.
You filmed them. You've missed filming
No,
the
go
most
on, go on.
important bit. Okay, so we'll put a groove in there. A groove in there, probably so it sits over that, and then here. Then we'll tack weld it, and then the tank will go on. Zah.
Cool.
Okay, don't need to grind that now. So there you go. There you go. If you get the idea. So we're just going to keep grooving that out, just not so wide, but just enough, so that on this end as well, and then the same the other end. Why is that opposite? He's done it. Okay, until that fits over the original frame. Okay, that's the product we're looking at. Quite a nice fix that end, and then we'll just spot weld that on, give it a clean. Make sure it's smack bang in the middle. I think this end wants to go down slightly, which we'll measure it anyway and do all that, and then we'll do a bit of spot welding. Oops, sorry. Right, so this is the idea. So this way round with the main cap facing this, because it's got a more of a slope on the front, so it fits just by that. So if you look, we're going to be virtually spot on. Look, we've still got a bit of room to play with. Clearance from everywhere. Nowhere near the chain. You can see the clearance because we want it on the inside, although it's going to make the bike even wider. So, and we can still have got room to put panniers on as well. But that's the idea. So we'll weld that in a bit and fit the tank, and we'll needs painting, of course. So I'll just drop that down. There we go. Okay, still a bit hot. I'll give that a clean off in a minute. Not bad, because you're actually welding galvanized, which I've cleaned, to steel. But this bar, I've got to admit, pretty solid. Hasn't burned a hole through it or nothing. So I'll just let that cool down. We'll give it a clean then. Okay, done. Apart from a bit of paint, that's not going to go anywhere. Well, I've done down around the sides as well, and yeah, I've left the bottom open because we're getting any water in it, it's going out. It's galvanized anyway. Okay, next thing, let it cool down, see if the tank fits. Even using the correct bar diameter, look, so it's a pretty good fit. Put the tank on, if I can do this with both hands, hold on. I'll tell you. I'll do. So if you watch, ready, okay. So even on the, we're not going to put it on the, we're going to go on the inside, if you can see that. It's still not fitting flush. Let me, hold on a sec. Okay, can you see? It's still not, it's supposed to be flush, it's supposed to be inside, so you're going to have to cut. Even though I put them on, I'm not screwed them in yet, but even though, there's still going to be a bolt, some of the bolt out, and it's too long. I mean, it's a good design, poor design, do you know what I mean? Because these are the new modern racks, and they're absolutely solid, but it's a bit of a kerfuffle. I'm not even put this on tight yet, so I think you're going to have to take about 1/4 inch off, or probably even more. So just pre-warned anyway. There you go. So that's the idea. It's going to go on the inside like so. When it's in position, it's going to be the other way around, of course, because it's a bit awkward. Once it's fitted, right, so this is going to be fixed like that. So we're going to bring the tank up like so. Okay, and it'll just take it about there, and that'll be it. But you can still see there's a gap, so I've got to cut the bolts off. But it looks like we're somewhere near, okay? That's about it. Okay, not quite finished, not far off. As you can see, I've tightened the one up, which is pretty good. I've got this one to do. It's still not going flush yet. I've got to cut some thread off on the inside. I've put the lock-in, if you can see that, where can we go? Okay, now that handle, let me just turn the light on. Hold on, whoa, 2 seconds. So let me turn the light on. So there we go, there's the handle, and that locks into position. So as you turn it, it locks even more. So there's little nodules it locks against. See if I can show you that. There you go, and then I think there's one more. And then, oh yeah, anyway, well, you got the picture. Anyway, so it locks into position. It's a bit difficult for them from this angle, but yeah. So be warned about these tanks. They're not as clever as they think they are. They're a good tank. It's a solid tank. It's going to fit on the inside of here quite comfortably. It's not going to touch anything. No wheels, no rubbers or anything about rubber. But they're not a very good design for fitting them, I got to admit. You know, to do all that and to weld a new bar on, and that's quite a substantial bar. That's a good inch. Is it inch? That's more than that, isn't it? 22, 28 mil, and it's still not quite finished, and there's not enough room. So these tanks great, but be warned, the fittings are crap. All right. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the vid, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and that would be fantastic. Catch you in the next one. Bye.